Hello, everyone. Welcome to ELI, the only podcast in India where we bring a new founder on every episode to talk about their journey and their story of building a company. And today we have with us Pranav, who is the founder and CEO of the Hosteller, which is India's largest self-operated backpackers hostel chain. Hi, Pranav. Welcome to ELI.
Hi Priyaranjan, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Great, great. Thank you for inviting me to ALI. I'm really pleased to share my story and a little bit about the business to your listeners today.
Got it, got it. So I was getting confused while introducing you. I was getting confused between hostel chain and hotel chain. So I think when I was going through your LinkedIn page and the company website, lot of it had a similarity with the hotel business. So can you help us understand what sort of business that you have built with the hosteler? Who is our target audience? Who do you cater to? What are their pain points and so on?
Sure, sure. Okay, so first of all, a very big difference between a hotel and a hostel. A hostel is that place where community living is the basic fabric of hospitality. We in the hostels operate on the concept of lean hospitality, where we cater to younger audience, millennials, Gen Zs, the travel bloomers who have just started picking travel and have made that as a career learning experience for themselves. Hostels provide that platform for people to come together and spend more times in the common spaces doing activities with each other than in their rooms. And this is why we are different from a hotel. Uh,
Okay.
our journey started in 2014 when the concept of backpacker hostels did not even exist in India. It is a
Hmm.
prevalent concept, and it was a prevalent concept in Europe and Southeast Asia at that point in time.
Hmm.
However, India lacked the category of backpacker hostels. So
Okay.
I identified the space, identified the gap in the existing hotel sector, particularly under three-star and below, uh, which lagged in standardization, in infrastructure, in community living concept, in making the travelers stay more seamless by offering activities, events, uh, and basic information that any traveler required. So that
Hmm.
gap existed in that market at that point in time, and it still exists till today. Plus, the entire category of backpacker hostels were missing, and that is how we came up with the concept of backpacker hostels in India. The
Hmm.
early adopters were those who knew about backpacker hostels, the Indian travelers who knew about backpacker hostels, plus a lot of foreign travelers who used to come to India. So if you ask me, back in 2014-15, our split was around 75% foreigners, 25% Indians. But
Hmm.
eventually, over the years, that has shifted. Today, we host 90% Indian travelers and 10% foreigners. So a lot
Okay.
of Indian travelers picked up backpacking just because backpacker hostels opened in India.
Hmm. Got it. Before we discuss further on the hosteler, we would love to understand your journey. Like, I understand you studied MBA and you also worked at multiple consulting firms. How did you, first of all, arrive at entrepreneurship and why did you choose travel as a domain to operate in?
Sure. So this to answer this, I will have to tell you that I belong from Mount Abu, Rajasthan. Uh,
Wow.
Mount Abu is the only hill station in Rajasthan. It
Yes.
sees a lot of tourists coming to the hill station every year,
Hmm.
and we have seen hospitality all around us in my early childhood. Then to pursue education, I've been to different parts in the country. I've done engineering. I'm a computer science engineer. Plus, I did my MBA in finance from Delhi. Uh, my early professional career was with Philips, with EY as systems engineer.
Mm-hmm.
And then post, I would say MBA, I joined EY as an analyst in the valuation field. Uh, During my MBA, I happened to travel to Europe on a solo backpacking trip, and that is
Okay.
where I got to know about the concept of backpacker hostels. Uh, uh, to tell you, I had no plan, no idea of making a career in hospitality. In fact,
Mm-hmm.
I never studied hospitality as such. I come from a different field educationally, but the love to travel plus my solo trip to Europe changed my entire perspective about hospitality in India, uh, where budget hospitality required a major overhaul in India with respect to good offering, great hospitality, operational excellence, and the concept of community living. And that's what I saw in Europe over my 6 months period over there. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I really got interested in. And when I came back to India, I started traveling in India from north to south and figured
Mm-hmm.
out where the backpackers were staying. And I found a very big gap in the entire hospitality sector. And that is what prompted me to start the hostels.
Got it. And I think I read it somewhere when you started out, there was no such category of backpackers hostel. Now there are a lot of companies doing that. But when you start out a new segment, it's very difficult to first of all convince investors to invest in their funds. And hospitality is a cost intensive operation. Then it's also a challenge to educate your customers that yeah, this is a new segment that has come up.
Sure.
Why don't you explore? People first of all do not know about it. Then they need to trust that this is somewhere we can stay peacefully for a night or two. So how did you overcome those challenges? How did you start out? So starting out is a challenge always.
Sure. No, so I think one piece of advice for everyone who's listening and to the budding entrepreneur is that until you do it, you don't get to know what you're doing. So I
Mhm.
started with that idea that whatever it may be, doing the first or the second hostel was very critical. You were right. When anyone starts, there are a lot of challenges with respect to the product, the customers, investment, uh, a lot of other depending factors related to the business. So we started very small, to be honest. The first three properties happened in the first year of the business.
Mhm.
These properties
Which
were
city? Which city did you start in?
so we started from Jaipur. Jaipur was the first city, then Delhi happened, then Manali happened. So first year took, I mean, three properties took first year of us, and these were small properties at that point in time. These were 7 room, 10 room properties because we
Mhm.
had limited capital. We bootstrapped the business initially. Took money from friends and family and started the first three hostels. Uh, in fact, I was working with EY for the first 9 months of the business, and then I dropped off the job and joined Hostler full time. So a lot of challenges. Educating the market was one of the biggest challenge back in those days, where I would say 5 out of 100 knew of what backpacker hostels were, and they had experienced them. I mean, experienced the hostels before. Uh,
Mhm.
a lot. I mean, I would say majority of the Indian traveling community did not even know what backpacker hostels were at that point in time. So a lot of years, I would say, the initial 4 5 years went into educating the market,
Mhm.
telling them the difference between a hotel and a hostel, aligning them with sharing the rooms with strangers, addressing their security and safety concerns, and a lot of other things. But
Hmm.
while there were challenges, uh, there were benefits and some advantages, just because a backpacker hostel is a very sticky kind of hospitality experience. The one who experiences a hostel probably comes back to hostel every time that they travel, except that when they are traveling with their family. So it's a very
Hmm.
sticky product in service in nature, where people love to come back to hostels again and again, because it's sort of a service offering where people get to meet other people. And then once we build that kind of story between different travelers,
Hmm.
it is very easy for us to acquire those customers again and again. So that was one of the advantage that we had. Plus, what we saw over the first few years was that there were very early adopters of the concept.
Hmm.
Uh, as I said, the concept came in India in 2013-14. Today, there are more than 1250 hostels in the country.
Okay.
So 1250 hostels came in India in the last 10 years. Uh, Grew this category very rapidly. Today, hostels are the largest contributor of revenue as well as bed nights sold for all the largest OTAs in the world in alternate accommodation space. So we qualify in alternate accommodation space, and
What
hostels.
is this alternate
So
accommodation?
anything that is not hotels is alternate accommodation. That's how it is classified. And in alternate accommodation, you would find categories like backpacker hostels, villas, homestays, bed and breakfast offerings, and all of these different categories.
Understood.
And backpacker hostels are one of the largest category in this space.
Got it. How did you go about acquiring customers? Did you go to Instagram and post stories, or did you go to the booking sites like booking.com? How did you get the customers, and at what price point? How was your price compared to the OEOs, for example?
Sure. So on the customer front, we generated demand through two channels. One is our own channels, which is our website today, and the other dependency was created on the OTAs, which are online travel agents like Booking.com, Make My Trip, Go, Agoda, Expedia, and all.
Mm-hmm.
We understood very early on that our customers are anyone who is 18 to 35-year old, who are digitally active people, who are always on one or the other social media, trying to look for trending things, I would say quality offerings, Instagrammable places to stay, and a lot of other things. Travel was always a popular category on social media. Travel, food, lifestyle, fashion is something that always trends on social media. So we understood the importance of social media for early demand generation, and that is what we did over the years. We created a lot of content for our viewers. The viewers, when they came, the travelers who came to us, always created a lot of content. So we utilized that content to grow our social channels. Today we are almost at 700k followers on Instagram. We have a very strong YouTube and Twitter and all other channels. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, social media definitely helped us with demand generation, and that is how the business was built. We used to connect very frequently with our travelers, showing them what to do. Let's say in a place like Munnar or Kochi or maybe Manali, we used to share five places to eat in Manali, and things like those, very informative, which hotels do not really do. So we
Mm-hmm.
became an information platform more than a sales platform for our travelers. And through information sharing, we acquired a lot of customers.
Understood.
Yeah.
One aspect would love to discuss in detail. So you mentioned briefly about the safety and security. When you are sharing your room with strangers, I think the safety aspect comes. Then there is the aspect of, can you accommodate one male tourist with a female tourist? Is that that's a concern, especially in a country like India. You cannot do that.
Sure,
And when you are staying with a stranger, there is a chance of theft. Then there is a chance anything can happen. How did you sort of, first of all, address those issues? Is there any sort of features in the platform that addresses this?
sure,
And let's say if such things happen, how do you take measures to
sure.
nullify it, pacify it, or anything?
Yeah, yeah. No, so you're right. Safety and security is, I would say, the foremost parameter on which we pay a lot of focus on. To answer your question, uh, first thing that we did was we positioned ourselves amongst those people who understood travel. Okay. So we do not really host people who are looking to come to a city for 4 5 hours and leave. We do not have our properties close to the bus stations and railway stations of those cities that the mass crowd comes to the properties. So basically our product positioning and our marketing positioning happened in a way that we only positioned ourselves to those who understood travel. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
we sort of I would say scanned and skimmed through the traveling community and only marketed ourselves to those people who love traveling, who knew about the concept slowly and gradually. So a lot of such people who probably got filtered was the first winning point that we had. The second
Mm-hmm.
thing that I want to tell you is that in a co-sharing space, every every co-traveler is watching you. Okay, so for example,
Mm-hmm.
if you and I are living in the same dormitory, and if I am the one who is creating trouble in the dormitory, you are the one who will note it and you will inform the management. So peer-to-peer watching is one thing that worked in our favor to keep things in control. We
Mm-hmm.
offer today a exclusive female dorm for female not comfortable with a mixed dorm. Okay, so we have female dorms at all of our hostels. We have one female staff at each and every hostel. So that makes every female feel more secured and safe, knowing that there is a female staff in the management team. All our properties are, I would say, secured with respect to CCTV, security guards at the property, and all of those other things. And
Mm-hmm.
taking all of these measures, and we take any such mishappening very seriously. I mean, if we see that any one of the guests in a dormitory room is creating troubles for others, we
Mm-hmm.
simply give him or her one warning, and if not, we also sometimes ask the guest to check out immediately, because that's I mean, because to maintain the decorum of the place.
Mm-hmm.
Having said that, Priyaranjan, we have hosted 15 lakh travelers so far,
Mm-hmm.
and we have not seen more than 5 cases in our lifetime where safety and security became a concern. But
Wow.
whenever it happens, we do take care, we do take strong measures, sometimes requesting the guest to check out immediately. Blacklisting the guest. We have developed an in-house tech for blacklisting people who have been troubling at during their stay. So
Mm-hmm.
then they cannot stay with us anytime in the future at any of our hostels. So that is
Understood.
something that we have done. Also, we work closely with the local departments, including police, fire, doctors, and all of those required personnel. And if the matter gets escalated to their level, we definitely do not hesitate to escalate it as well.
Understood. Uh, how
Yeah.
did COVID play out for you? So COVID was the time when the hotel industry sort of was closed for good 3 4 months. All the hotels were closed. Some hotels went bankrupt because there was no business. Uh, how did it play out for you? And I think the travel culture also changed with COVID. After COVID, there was a revenge tourism, and the volume simply increased, right? So tell us about your COVID experience.
So our COVID experience was quite dramatic, to be very honest. There were goods and the bads that happened with us in COVID. First of all, as you know, travel came to a standstill. So we
Right.
saw our occupancies going down to almost zero. But then
Mhm.
that gave us the opportunities to start other products like workation, where
Mhm.
a lot of people were at work from home mode, work mode, and we came up with the concept of workation where people could come to our hostels, stay at hostels in isolated manners, but yes, work out of the hostels, maybe on the weekend go out, explore nearby, I would say hikes or any walks that they wanted to do. We
Mhm.
also hosted people who were from medical fraternity, for isolation purposes and all of those things. So we sort of survived during COVID. Uh, but there were two advantages that are there with the model today also. The first one is that we are a lean hospitality model.
Mhm.
Lean hospitality meaning we know when to control costs and how to control costs. So that was an advantage of the model that made us sustain COVID and lower occupancies at that point in time. The second was that we are a brand. At that point in time, we were operating around 15 properties pan India. So there
Mhm.
was a lot of flexibility with us with respect to moving staff from one place to another, which saw demand and which did not. So that
Mhm.
also helped us, I would say, control costs. But we did
Mhm.
one very brave thing during COVID, which was when we picked 7 to 8 new properties. We signed 7 to 8 new properties, knowing that the business would definitely be back in a few months, and the real estate costs were down at that point in time, so it gave us that advantage. So when
Mhm.
COVID ended, we we opened with 22 properties instead of
Wow.
14, 15. So we took that daring step and then moved forward.
Got it. You also highlighted the focus on community.
Yeah.
Can you double down on that? Like what tangible initiatives or design elements that your hostels have implemented, and are there any platform elements, like let's say somebody stayed at a particular property with some people, is there a way to reconnect with those people after you have left the property? uh, for example, let's say I want to meet the same set of people when I go back or at a new destination. Is there a platform features like that?
Sure, sure. So exactly not as how you described it, but there are a lot of things that we have done on the community part of the business. See, there are four pillars of travel. Whenever a person looks to travel, he or she needs four things. First is accommodation, second is F&B, third is transportation, and fourth are events and activities. Okay.
Mhm.
Anyone looking to travel anywhere in the world will require all these four things. Okay. What we have done over the period is we have tapped into all these four things. To give you an
Mhm.
example, let's say if you're looking to go to Goa, we will provide you an accommodation through our hostels. We have F&B outlets at our property. Uh,
Mhm.
we will uh, help you with transportation. For example, if you want to rent a bike, rent a scooter, you want an airport pickup, drop, or anything. And then we have something called as events and activities where the community part comes into the play. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
every guest in staying with us gets to do three things during a day in a group. Okay. So once he checks in at 2 o'clock, there is a free tour that happens, a free walk that happens at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. That is a
Mm-hmm.
chance when we get all the people together and take them on a free walk around the hostel. Okay. That's an ice breaking session sort of activity that we plan through our community volunteers. We employ community volunteers at each of the places, each of the hostels, and they take people and they get people together and take them on a walk. In the
Mm-hmm.
evening, again, we have events like stand up comedies, movie nights, I would say open sessions, open mic sessions, karaoke's. Again, a chance for people to come together.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then the next morning before the checkout, also there is an activity. Okay. So, what I try to mean is that we have a lot of small and big features plugged in the entire stay that make people come together and then connect with each other. Now, we have a web app, which is a web experience basically, where people can talk to each other. We have a chat portal where people get to know each other, but it is limited during till the stay and not post the stay. But you gave us a very good idea how to connect people post their stay as well. We will definitely work on that. But at this moment, we want people to come together and connect during their stay. And a lot of things have been done on that front from our end.
Got it. And when you speak about the app and web app, I think every web app these days will produce some sort of analytics.
Sure.
So when you look at those charts, those numbers, you tend to discover certain trends about your user base. So can you tell what sort of findings that you have got so far, which is
Sure.
yeah.
Sure. So the first thing is we get almost 40% solo travelers. And in that 40%, the largest contributor is female. So 40%, in that 40%, around 60-65% are female travelers. So what we have seen over the period of a few years is that female are preferring hostels over any other category of hospitality like hotel or guest house or resort, just because they feel more and more safer at hostels rather than at any other category.
Mhm.
Other thing that we have seen is out of 10, 8 people opt to take part in community activities and events. So 80% of our audience are exploratory in nature. They are traveling to experience newer things and not just have a good stay at the property. So they're very experiential. They want to do things and a lot of such activities. uh,
Mhm.
the third trend that we have seen is people are looking for smart stays. To tell you, our hostels are smartly automated with respect to uh, controlling of controlling the electricity and the other lighting automation in their room through their phones.
Mhm.
We see people ordering for let's say a coffee or a tea or anything that they would like to eat right from the tap of their phones. So we have developed an entire web app where ordering things, requesting for things, or connecting with people is as seamless as maybe a 2 or 3 click process. They
Mhm.
don't want to really walk on to the reception and seek for a lot of things. They want the control in their hands, uh, and make it seamless. So over the years, we have seen 3 to 4 trends where, and especially after COVID, that people want experiences first of all, and they are not
Mhm.
afraid to to get accustomed to a new concept. They are in a way looking for newer concepts each and every time that they are traveling.
Got it.
Yeah,
And finally, I think when you try to develop a new kind of platform, you sort of tend to build it alongside the customers. You are constantly taking feedback from the customers. So,
sure.
how has customer feedback, particularly negative reviews, played a crucial role in refining your platform and your services?
Yeah. So, yes, you are right. Travel and hospitality is driven by reviews and customers' voice primarily. Now,
Right.
what we have done again is that we have developed an in-house tech for our online reputation management uh, process, where we collect, I mean, the customers come and stay with us. They give reviews and feedback on different platforms like booking.com, goibibo, Google, TripAdvisor, and a lot of other platforms. We collect all of those reviews that we get from different platforms, and then we run our analytics on what the customers are saying at the end of the day. Okay, we also categorize each and every review on different parameters like room quality, cleanliness, security, food quality, I would say staff behavior, and a lot of other things. And we
Mhm.
analyze it on I would say, a review by review basis, where we are falling back, what needs to be fixed. We do a lot of preemptive measures, uh, anticipating that certain things may happen in the future, give us a lot of operational edge over our competitors. And today, after having generated more than, I would say, 5 lakh reviews so far on different platforms, we are a brand that is having a NPS of 90 and above, month on month.
Wow.
And that is what has been one of the competitive edge that we have over our competitors.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. So here is my final question before we wrap up. Uh, how do you sort of capture your entrepreneur journey? So how would you define that? What is entrepreneurship made of? What to expect in the entrepreneur's journey, so that others who are listening to us, if they sort of start with their own entrepreneurial venture, what can they expect?
See, I mean, I'm not that big an entrepreneur to give a suggestion to other entrepreneurs. But what I have learned over the years is that the most important thing for any entrepreneur to have is persistence. Okay.
Mhm.
uh, they need to show up at work every day. They need to believe in what they are building. They should never get disheartened with small or big challenges that come their way, because entrepreneurship is all about overcoming those challenges and having an attitude which says that yes, today or tomorrow I will do it. And if that is the attitude that the entrepreneurs live by, I think no battle is tough to win.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for joining us, Pranav. It was a pleasure to have you on our platform, and I think you are building a innovative business model, which will, certainly take India forward and help millions of Indians to explore new territories, new places, and new experiences. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Priranjan. Thank you very much.